Hello and welcome to this video on instance versus object versus reference. In this video, we'll be seeing about what is instance, what is object, what is reference, a coding example to understand these concepts better and the differences between them. So let us dive into the coding part. In order to understand instance versus object versus reference in Java, first we need to understand what is an object and memory management concepts in Java. So what is object and how is it created? So I guess you have enough knowledge on object-oriented programming and classes in Java. Therefore, we are going to look into different ways to create an object. So there are three ways to create an object. The first is using new keyword. This is a very basic way to create an object, and almost 99% of the objects are created using new keyword. So let us look at this coding example. I'll have a class test main, and I'll have a new string called string name equal to John. Now, in my public static void main, I'm going to create a instance of a class. Test main t is equal to new of test main. So what happens whenever I type test main t equal to new of test main, instance of an object is created. Then we can use new instance. So what do I mean by new instance? I'll be creating test t is equal to test main of a class name. Class cls equal to class dot for name, and I'll have it as test main. And in my test main now I'll have my cls dot new instance. So I can now try and print the object names if I want. Yeah, so this is another way of doing it. So now I have to put it inside a exception handling because I might catch some errors if it's not done properly. So I'm doing this and I'll catch it up. Exception E. Dot how dot print ln E. So I need to be putting that into my try catch statement. So the error, classic error that happens is class not found exception. So for that we need to skip it up. Done. And then the last is using the clone method. As the name clarifies, clone. By using this method, when clone is used, JVM copies all content from previous object and create a new copy of that object. For using this method, we need to implement the clonable interface. So what do I mean by that? I'll be writing implements clonable. And after doing that, I'll be providing my, first I'll remove the statement. And I'll be providing my override keyword. After giving override, I'll have it as protected object clone throws clone not supported exception, and I'll open it up and I have return dot super dot clone. And this would be now outside of my class. Instead of here, it is now some class, and then I provide my John. And in my public static void main, I give my test main equal to t equal to new of test main. And inside my try catch statement, I'll try to provide this test main t2 equal to test main dot t dot clone and open close brackets. And if I want, I can just print the name as my output. So these are the three ways to create object. Now look at the memory part of Java. So what is an object? So when we try to create an object, we have a new instance of the class that is created. The space allocated for the new test main to hold the value of t. Fields are initialized with their default values. As we discussed above, when we use new keyword as an object is created. Also, the memory reference of that object is stored in reference variable. Therefore, we named it as reference because it contains the actual reference or address of the object in the memory. For example, student s is equal to new of student. Here, new student object is created and its reference is stored in the stu variable. Always remember the variable contains the reference to access the object. Inside RAM, when we create an object, it's always stored in the heap space. Stack memory contains the reference to the object. Java automatic garbage collector runs on heap memory. When the stack memory is full, Java throws java.lang stack overflow error. When the heap is full, Java throws java.lang out of memory error. So now let us understand what is an instance in Java. We often use objects and instance words, but sometimes it confuses beginners like anything. Let me make it clear one thing, that both words are used the same and don't get confused. Let me answer the question then. Why sometimes we call objects and sometimes instance? When we create an object in Java, we are creating an instance of any class. That means that object is present there and you can access the methods and variables of that class. Therefore, sometimes we call it as an instance. So coming to the example of students2 equal to new student. Here stu is an object name, also an instance variable because it holds the memory address or reference of the object created in heap memory. So I hope you understood the differences between instance versus objects versus reference in Java. Thank you.